Test, test. Can you hear me up there? Hello? I gotta get closer to this mic here. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, faculty, community members, parents, and most importantly, our student athletes. Thank you all for coming tonight as we celebrate and honor all of our student athletes for the winter season. It's been such a pleasure working with such an outstanding group of coaches and student athletes. As you all know, a day in the life of a student athlete is very eventful, especially with all the opportunities of involvement here at the Academy. So when you sign up for sports, your day gets even more eventful. So I want to take a moment just to thank all the student athletes and parents for all the commitment that you gave to at the athletic program for the winter season. Have one edit I want to say about the program. I apologize. In girls ice hockey, Astri, your last name is not Odner, it's Hernandez. I apologize. I could blame it on autocorrect, but that doesn't work. So enjoy the program, and I look forward to witnessing the award winners tonight. And we have Brandon.
Thank you all so much for being here tonight to celebrate our winter sports teams. We had a great season, including a repeat Friends League championship in wrestling. Our teams and our school community displayed incredible resilience and courage this winter through really difficult circumstances. I couldn't have been more impressed with our student athletes and our coaches. It makes me really proud to be a part of ANC Athletics. Coaches, thanks for everything you do for our students. The long hours, the hard work and dedication to your programs shows through the outstanding performance and character of your athletes in sports, in the classroom, and beyond. First up, we have boys ice hockey with coaches Cade Gurney and Travis McCurdy. And Jesse Frazier. Scoot down. Yeah, it doesn't really. Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. First off, I would like to thank is that any better? No? Hello? Okay. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. First off, I would like to thank Brandon Osblon and Spring Silverman and all the staff at the field house for everything you do to keep our seasons moving forward. I would also like to thank Jared Youngie and all the staff at the rink who work tirelessly to keep us on the ice, which is no easy task. I would also like to thank our assistant coaches, Travis McCurdy and Jesse Frazier, along with Brian Horgan and Glenn Gurney for all of their help and everything they do for this program. And of course, all of our supporters and fans who endure endless amount of time in the cold just to support our team. Thank you. And very last, I would like to thank the seniors. Thank you guys for being a vital part of the hockey program and being great role models for the younger guys. You showed maturity and conducted yourselves with great sportsmanship throughout the season. Great luck in the future. So, the varsity team had a great overall season. They finished the season with an overall record of 6-11-2 and went 5-4-1 during the regular season, earning themselves a position earning themselves the third place in the competitive IHL. Matched against tough competition early in the season, it wasn't until after Christmas break where the team was able to truly find their stride and everything started to come together. The team stayed focused while battling multiple injuries and continued to battle through everything that was handled their way, and they did it all with a positive attitude. Congratulations on a very well-fought season. Coach Jesse, good job, boys. Coach Jesse had this to say about the JV team. The JV team had a great year overall, and every player improved greatly. They were hard workers in practice, and it really showed in the games. I was really impressed with this group's attitude. They never complained and always had a good time. It was a very fun and successful season. A few of our players went above and beyond, earning themselves a position in the All-League. So congratulations for first team All-League offense, Seamus Hogan. First team All-League defense, Matthew McCabe. Second team All-League offense, Wyeth Cool. And second team All-League defense, Raymond Bochnick. Now for the awards. I would like to start with the Coaches Award. We are recognizing this individual for his values of sportsmanship, ethical play, and commitment to his team and charity to his teammates and coaches. This player always came to the rink with a smile on his face, and he was the first to come and the last to go. Anytime someone needed help, he was the first to help, and he always did it with a smile and positive attitude. So, congratulations, Jack McCabe. Really proud of you. The next award is for the most improved player. The recipient of this award improved their skills as a hockey player every single time they hit the ice. They started the year on the JV squad, but quickly moved into a role on the varsity team. As the season progressed, his role grew, and with every step, he managed to accomplish everything that was thrown his way. And something about this kid is he was just very teachable. He was always wanting to learn and listen and very good at following instructions, and it really paid off in the end. Congratulations, David Klosterman. For this next award, I would like the recipient to step forward. This guy is receiving the special recognition, so just come and stand up here. Seamus Hogan. Seamus is an excellent hockey player. Not only was he voted first team All-League, but he was also second in the team for points, and he led the team in assists. Seamus is the type of guy who does all the little things on the ice that are hard to recognize, but all the good hockey players see it and admire it. He's the one who's sacrificing the play, going into the corner, making sure he's helping his team and not just himself. He is an excellent presence to have on the ice and in the locker room. Congratulations, Seamus. So I would also like the award winner of this one to also come forward. So receiving the EAA award, Wyeth Cool. Wyeth is a shining example of what an excellent hockey player looks like. He really became a leader this year by controlling the team in the locker room, helping us get ready for games, and countless other things. Not only his participation off the ice, but even on the ice, he has such a controlling presence whenever the puck is on his stick. You can see the game start to rotate around him. Wyeth, this was his third year as a captain, which sort of just speaks to his character and his level of skill. Wyeth led the team this year in points and led the team in goals. Congratulations, Wyeth. So thank you to all the boys and all the kids who did everything this year to make the team a fun and awesome, exciting experience this year. Next, I would like to welcome up girls ice hockey. Thank you. We're handing those out later.
First off, can we get Dave Klosterman to come back up here so he can stand here and take the attention away from me? That suit is awesome. Welcome. First off, thanks. Thanks to Jared Youngie and crew for keeping ice, especially in winter, a winter like we had. Spring Silverman for her support as the new girls' school athletic director, and for starting the great new tradition of the faculty alumni game. Colin Rogers for finding time to help us out, and Carrie Heichert for helping keep our athletes able to play. Our season was a fun one. Each girl added her own unique brand of enthusiasm, effort, and team spirit to make for an excellent team experience for all. With only 14 players, everyone had plenty of ice time, and sometimes the girls even found themselves with more ice time than they'd really like. But they brought a positive attitude and a lot of on-ice hustle to each game. Every player, new or seasoned, was essential to our team. An example of our success was playing Lansdale Catholic at the beginning of the season, and where we lost 7-1. At the end of the season, we played them again and lost 3-2. Our record this year was 5-8-1. And while a winning season would have been outward proof of their excellent efforts of these girls, the fact that they worked together, did their best, and had fun while doing it, that's the true key to a great season. One of the most memorable games was one that we played in 65-degree weather, with the ice being like a lake. Every time the girls tried to move the puck, or Dara took a shot, or anyone passed, there was like a bunch of water coming off the stick. Team, Coach Connolly and I were very honored to have worked with you this year, and congratulations to all of you for a season well played. All right, our awards. This athlete was brand new to hockey, and yet quickly improved, becoming especially good at clearing the puck out of the defensive zone and at scoring goals and assisting them as well. She was always in the right place at the right time and knew what to do when she got there. With her clear athletic ability and instinct, she scored or got an assist 8 times total in her first season. An overwhelming majority of the team agreed with Coach Connolly and myself that Adele Allen is the most improved player this season. Congratulations. Most Valuable Player. This athlete has been an asset to the team for 5 straight years now. As a truly reliable, rock-solid defender, as an incredibly dedicated player, and as an ever-helpful, cheerful leader for the whole team. Everyone benefited from her enthusiastic cheering from the bench and inspirational speeches between periods. Whether winning or losing, the score was always 0-0. And that we should go out and play hard. The team, Coach Connolly and I agree that co-captain Isabella Di Maria earned the Most Valuable Player award this season. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, the Coaches Award. The team has also benefited from having this athlete for 5 years. She willingly played as center, winger, or defense whenever asked, and played them all well. Her athletic ability is undeniable. She scored and assisted the most of any player this year, a total of 21 times. She brings her best to every practice and every game, both on and off the ice. The coaches would like to award this player for her leadership, tirelessly sunny attitude, and excellent input for all these 5 years. This goes to Samantha Hill. Congratulations. And thanks again, girls, for a great season. And now I turn the stage over to boys basketball.
That's all you have to. So good evening, everyone. Thank you to athletic directors Spring and Aspont, the boys basketball team. This year was actually one of the youngest teams in history. So some of them, they're not here because it's beyond their curfew. Anyone get that joke? It was a joke. Unfortunately, they're actually a ton of our guys are in AAU tournaments and things of that nature, so they weren't able to show up tonight. But honestly, this was one of the youngest teams in basketball history here. And throughout the season, they showed great character and resilience. As you all know, Coach Givens, he sets up a very, very vigorous schedule, and the boys were up to the task. We actually had a record of 10-14. And we made the playoffs for the 14th straight year, the Friends League playoffs. So that was an accomplishment for such a young team. The highlight of the season was we were playing in the play-by-play classic at Chestnut Hill College over the Christmas break, and we were down 20 points, and we came back to win by 2 points. So that was pretty good for a bunch of freshmen and sophomores. I think that deserves a round of applause. The boys showed great resilience. We had 2 players who were in the top 25 players in three-point shooting. The one player was Cam Thompson. I think he was 13th in the area in three-point shooting, and Louis Wild was 24th with 41 threes. So give them a round of applause. We also had 2 special awards for both of those guys, coaches awards for Louis Wild and Cam Thompson. They were leaders on and off the floor. You know, for such a young team, it's hard to find leadership, and both of those guys stood out on and off the court, so we appreciate all their efforts throughout the season. Louis and yeah. What is it? And the other young man who's not here today, he's away at an AAU tournament. He was actually the most improved player this year. His name is Isaac Marshall. He started out pretty rough in the season. He ended up being one of our best rebounders, one of our better defenders. This year's team actually caused more turnovers than any team in ANC history. The problem was making those baskets once you got the ball, but that's where youth prevailed. But overall, we had a very successful season. It's got to be up there. Cam and Louis. Even though awards are on curfew. There he is. All right, the boys basketball staff would like to thank everybody for their continued support of ANC basketball. And up next is girls basketball. That's it.
Well, Cam and Isaac aren't here. You have one more word.
All right, wait 1 second. I'm sorry. I did forget something. I sincerely apologize. So we have an award for a player who maintained the highest GPA throughout the season. We actually had 3 teams this year, varsity, JV, and JVB. And that player was Blake Halterman. Next up is girls basketball.
So I sat in the front row. Okay, good evening, everyone, students, faculty, friends, family. I would like to start by saying thank you to Spring and Brandon for making the transition into this job easy and really supporting us, both Coach Dave and I, along the way, and of course to Carrie and to Chris and for everybody in the field house that was helping out our program. Thank you. Actually, I'd also like to thank Coach Dave just for being really supportive and bringing his passion and experience to this basketball team. We couldn't have done it without you. And also, quick shout out to Melissa for stepping in at clutch times all the time. Okay, so I would like to start by commending this group of young ladies for being flexible and patient with Coach Dave and me this season. We were unfamiliar faces and their new coaches, and from the very beginning, they accepted us. They showed up for optional preseason practices, ready to learn and play, and continue to do so throughout the season. We did face a handful of challenges this year. We had a few injuries, some ongoing illnesses, and an unprecedented number of orthodontist appointments. Coach Dave had serious name confusion and spider monkey-like movements whenever he was doing shuffling and stances. And when Kate's smile turned into a death stare, we knew trouble was brewing. We also had the issue of our vans going from a quiet, tranquil vessel of transportation to a terrifying cage of rabid teens, which I blame a lot of on Anya and a little bit on Power 99. The biggest challenge, however, was trying to make sure everyone had playing minutes in games. We had outstanding numbers this year, which is terrific, but it did take a while to figure out how to best give everyone positive game playing experience, and it is something we will continue to brainstorm over and improve on for our future. The season wasn't all bad, though. We had girls like Leah coming early and staying late every day to work on her game. We had Christine correcting me on everything and every chance she had, and Ava taking over JV defense to explain things to the girls in a much more coherent way than I could. And after blowing out only a few babies' eardrums, we had Anya's playlist going during home games. There was Navon with her threes, Arabella with her inability to not be dancing, Cindy turning into a monster on defense, and Alyssa's drive, literally, and Alexis with the quickest and most unexpected foot action I've ever seen. During the season, we won a few games and lost a few more, but the team played with their hearts, and it was amazing to watch their improvements. Every coach we spoke to took the time to mention how impressed they were with this ANC team, and I couldn't agree more. It was a pleasure getting to know this team, and I feel lucky to have been given the chance to coach with them along with Coach Dave, and for being a part of the girls' ANC basketball program. I couldn't finish this speech without thanking our third coach, who graciously and generously volunteered his time improving us all. He taught me so much in the ways of coaching, and his experience paired with his calm demeanor was unmatched. Thank you, Coach Scott Dom, for showing me the ropes and improving the team with your knowledge and experience. I would also like to take this moment to ask our stats keeper, Samantha Alden, to come forward. You can stay while I talk about yours in there. Okay. Please accept these flowers, which show our gratitude and appreciation for your commitment, keeping accurate stats, and being polite to whoever you had to sit next to at the table, and going beyond by tallying up everyone's personal season stats for our final team dinner. Thank you, friends, family, the academy. No, I'm just kidding. Here's Coach Dave.
Hello. Okay, so most improved. The decision on who should receive this year's most improved was a very difficult one. Not because the recipient is not very deserving, but because each and every girl on this team improved tremendously. All of the girls deserve appreciation for how much they improved. But as we look closely, one began to stand out. She started the season as a sub, but by the end was a starter that pretty much never left the court. Once she started to realize that she could shoot, she started scoring. In fact, she had this team season high scoring of 18 points in one game. Once she realized she could run fast, she was flying up and down the court, making all kinds of plays for us. Once she realized she could jump high, she started grabbing rebounds and challenging shots all over the court. The final factor was when our point guard got injured and we were scrambling for a replacement. We looked at Elena and asked if she could do it. We could see the fear in her eyes because playing point guard in this league is not easy. They trap all the time, full court press, and she had never played point guard before. But she took the responsibility and did a great job. Please congratulate Elena Brock for this year's Most Improved. Do you want to do the next one? Or? Good job.
Okay, the Coach's Award is given to a player who consistently stands out to us for all of the right reasons. It goes to a player who not only leads and supports her team, but is an individual who we are so proud to have represent the Academy of the New Church. It is a player who, through basketball, is able to distinguish herself as a charitable and respectful young lady. This year, the Coach's Award goes to Christine Dom. I have more to say. Christine offered a feather and helped us from the very beginning, whether it was administrative advice, sharing team traditions, or sharing the coach's previous year's plays, the team's previous year's plays. Between quarters and during timeouts, Christine made useful, strategic suggestions and always offered beneficial suggestions during practice. She played using the fundamentals, stayed focused during practice, and really pushed herself during games. One of Christine's most impressive qualities was her ability to play in all 5 positions and really understanding how to play in all 5 of those positions. I could never emphasize how great of a convenience that was. Thank you for all your great communication and hard work this season. Also, you ladies look beautiful tonight.
Okay, and the final award is the MVP. If it wasn't apparent early in the season who this year's MVP was, it quickly became crystal clear when she got injured and missed 6 games in the heart of league play. Not only did we miss her scoring, she was the 2nd leading scorer on the team despite missing 6 games. Not only did we miss her team-leading shot blocking, her team-leading steals, and her tremendous point guard play, but our team chemistry on the court is what we missed the most. It quickly dissolved from what was one of our best assets to scrambling to regain it. The other girls did pick up the pieces, and we were able to regain that chemistry, but there was no denying that Ryan Kolb was this year's most valuable player. Alexis summed up Ryan's influence perfectly when she commented, "I just feel lost without Ryan on the court." Please congratulate Ryan Kolb, this MVP. Okay, boys wrestling.
All right, thanks for coming out, folks. Just want to start by acknowledging that we're all very proud of these guys. I'm speaking for the coaches here. All very proud of these guys for a lot of great work this season and really coming through some tough times. So speaking of the tough times, we all learned that you don't get through the tough times without people helping you. So for all the people that really helped us this season, we're going to say a big thank you. And I need to specify the thanks to really behind me, Coach Clipp, for taking up the slack on a lot of things in my absence, and also Brandon Osplon for doing a lot of stuff, again, in my absence, and the boys, too, themselves, for really coming together as a unit, as a team. So that was remarkable. The season, right? We had to come back from graduating 6 seniors and a very, very good program last year. How are we going to do this? And Coach and I, we weren't sure how we were going to do it. But it was quite evident that we were able to put together quite a decent team, particularly when we had 9 freshmen join the team and I think all these just about all of them had 1 to 0 wrestling experience. Could we see what the freshmen look like? Freshmen, step forward if you're here. Okay, so thank you. Right, fellas, you can step back. So really, I have to say that was like the secret right there, those freshmen. And if you were, if you made a match, you realized that sometimes when another opponent doesn't have a weight class, you and we do, you get a forfeit. And so that was really the secret to our ingredient there. So in the past, we've always had to forfeit. But this year, when we have a big bunch of youngsters coming out, we're able to fill all the weights. So that was awesome. We came through the league doing pretty well, and then we lost to one of our main rivals, Westtown School, and that was in January. We regrouped and said to ourselves, how are we going to come back and beat this team? We beat all the other teams. How are we going to beat Westtown? So we put our heads together and realized we had to come up with 16 points. That was the motto, 16. And we talked about it, and in the end, in the league finals, we were able to pull together 16 points, and we were able to beat them in the final round in a very dramatic and exciting match. It was just awesome. And it was, it was things like Joe Dabalski coming through and beating a guy that he had lost to 3 times earlier in the season. That was how we got some more points. We had Gareth Allen come through and beat a guy that he had lost to 2 times earlier in the season. We had Braden Boyson pin his guy, a guy that he had not been able to pin earlier. And another key moment came also when we had Jeffrey Feng, who was out there. He did not get pinned. And it was great. And it was just a really great team environment on that day, which really sort of came together and showed the season. So that was awesome. And so that was, our second league championship in a row. So not only did we have freshmen come together, but we had seniors who came out for the very first time as well. 0 years experience. But first, I'd like all the seniors to step forward, please. Seniors. Okay. These guys were awesome, and they were great leaders. And Oscar and Ben were guys that came out for their very first time as seniors, and I think they were glad they did, and it was awesome. Thank you, seniors. So on to the awards. I'm going to turn the mic over to Coach Klippenstein for the first 2 awards.
All right. The first award is the Sam Croft Award, which is given to the wrestler with the most pins during the season. Of the 24 matches, Duncan won 20 of them, were by fall. This made him the team leader by some distance. And not surprisingly, Duncan finished with the most team points awarded this season as well. And while this award is for a specific objective accomplishment, I'm happy to award this to someone who has spent 4 years in the ANC wrestling program working hard to improve his skills and his strength, and likewise for that hard work to translate into a successful senior season. Duncan Allen.
It's the top one. Top one.
This second award is the Ronald K. Nelson Award, named for the legendary ANC coach and Pennsylvania Wrestling Hall of Fame inductee. It is also a scholarship award to be used to further one's skills in wrestling. This year's recipient is ANC's most improved wrestler. He took a significant jump in skills and technique over the course of the year. It is hard to be successful in wrestling without spending extra time honing one's technique. There are many moves to learn, and mat awareness only comes through experience. His record this year shows the fruits of his labor. He finished the season with a record of 24-8, a marked improvement over last season. And while sickness prevented him from competing in our postseason tournaments, I'm looking forward to having him get another crack at it next year. This goes to Ethan Timbers.
This next award is a coach's award, really from both coaches, but I'm going to award it here. And this one really is about courage. This award specifies the courage. Even though all these wrestlers show courage, going out for the team, staying out for the team, getting out there, this young man, Braden Boyesen, if you could step forward. Thank you. Braden, I think you showed an amazing amount of courage this year. It all started when he decided that he wanted to go to another level in his wrestling ability. And this was this past summer. He said, I want to do this special camp. I said, okay. We sent him out to California, and he did a J-Rob intensive camp, something that he didn't really even consider in the back of his mind until a few weeks beforehand. So that was way out of his comfort zone. Sent him out there with his buddy Bryson, and they had 14 days of, well, fun, whatever that means. And anyway, he earned his T-shirt that you get, and that sort of got him going on some other things in his, with courage. And that was getting out of his comfort zone, enduring the most difficult thing in his life that he's had to endure this winter, and sticking to a goal and really empowering himself from that and trying to help others, and just really being a great leader and a great tri-captain, and making his father very proud and his mother very proud too. So congratulations, Braden. So we have finally the EAA, or the Exemplary Athlete Award, and we really couldn't decide on one, so it's a co-award, or really two. We're awarding two. So if Bryson and Gareth could step forward. Okay. So, exemplary athletes really are those who honor what it takes to do what they have to do to be at their best. And you're looking at the two that really define what that word means, in my opinion. And just a few snippets, in my own opinion, of the definition. And that would be how an exemplary athlete is a great role model. Bryson and Gareth. How do you outwork everyone around you, right? In the practice room, even out there in competition. Well, Bryson and Gareth. How about guys who take risks, right? Guys who take risks out there. If you've ever done it, it's hard to make that decision to do these certain things. And they took the risks, right? They did what they had to do to become the best that they could be. Exemplary means being a good teammate. Exemplary means being coachable, and exemplary means being, well, just that, exemplary. So, fellas, I want to thank you for 4 wonderful years of ANC wrestling. We are going to miss you, and so congratulations. Just before we leave here, I just want to make sure I note that Chris Maddock, again, sort of really is our third assistant coach. And I want to acknowledge him for, just being there for all of us. And then, and finally, just, again, thanking all the boys here, even though your name did not get mentioned, you're no less important. So, and thanks to everyone for coming out. Am I calling any of the ADs back up here? Okay, and here they come. So, thank you.
Thank you again for coming out tonight. And I want to just thank the coaches one more time for all the effort that they gave to the program. Being a coach takes a lot of time, a lot of prepping, and thank you all so much for everything you gave to the program this season. Happy birthday, Adele Allen. Happy birthday. This is also probably a record time of sports awards, 45 minutes. So good job, everybody, on that. And there's refreshments in the back hallway, so help yourself to cookies and grapes. Thanks. Have a great evening.